Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more The Warlock of Firetop Mountain. So we're in search for a goblin jailer who has an object that we are looking for, as we have the quest there. And apparently it's past a magic school. So I think I'm at the door of the magic school. And the door here says, speak the magic words. So let's see what happens. As soon as you begin to approach, you startle a nearby lizard. It darts off down towards the doors. They spring to life as though controlled by magic. They lift and drop dangerously, and as the lizard tries to zip through them, doors fall and crush it flat. Well, that doesn't look good. What a ridiculous contraption. I need to be smarter than that lizard. Alright. Well, we'll try a magic word, I guess. Stand in front of the hungry doors and speak. Okay. The magic words. Alright, that seemed to work. Said speak the magic words, so I said the magic words, and there you go. Alright, the hungry door stops moving. You walk through the corridor. However, as you approach, they the hungry doors stop moving. You walk through the corridor. However, as you approach, they begin to come crashing down on top of you. You leap out of the way, and they graze you as you make it through. Ouch. Okay, well, we can rest at the bench here. So I'll go ahead and consume some provisions, get my health all the way back up. Sit down on the bench and take out a portion of your provisions from your pack. Your moment of rest, combined with your healthy provisions, make you feel better. We get 10 stamina, and we're right back up to full health, and we almost are full stats outside of the luck, so that's good to see. All right, we'll continue onwards. All right, several meters up the passageway, you arrive at a junction where you may turn either west or east. Which way would the river be? All right. Well, that's a good question. I don't know. We've been going west. That doesn't necessarily mean the right way to go. I'm tempted to go to the east, though, because there's a doorway over here. Okay. So the passage turns to the left, and a wooden door trimmed in iron sits in the eastern wall. Various inscriptions adorn the door, but none makes any sense to you. You listen, but hear nothing. We'll open the door. Okay. As you push open the door, scents of earth and grass waft towards you. You enter the room and close the door behind you. Following the steps down to the room below, in the center of the room floats a large ball of rock that glows with an ethereal energy. At the other side of the room is someone in a green robe with golden trim, hunched over a bench. A giant floating rock? Well, I wasn't expecting to seeing that. Suddenly, a gigantic stone hand appears and rushes to attack you. The Master of Earth turns round, annoyed. How dare you enter Robin of Ormond's domain? Leave now, or you shall regret it. There's no way I'm being forced out by a trumped-up mud sorcerer with a big hand. And again, this is where this character sometimes doesn't give you the choice. He just rushes on in. Without a second thought, you strike the stone hand. The Master of Earth is furious. Typical adventurers, always poking their noses where they don't belong. Another stone hand skitters out from the shadows, and he urges his creations forward to attack. You prepare for the battle. Okay. I don't know if we're actually fighting him. I'm going to assume no. Alright, so they're both attacking me. I actually don't remember how stone hands work. I'm going to try and dodge here. Alright, so they attack diagonally. I think I remembered that, but not positive. I don't know how they move, though, but I'm going to assume that this guy's just moving this way. Yeah, I was correct. Okay, so it's going to attack me. I think we're safe to move this way. Oh, never mind. That was not the right thing to do. I'll just go ahead and attack here, though. Alright, so lesson learned. These guys can attack 2 out. Now that I say that, I think I remember that happening before. Okay, it's definitely going to attack, so I guess I'll move this way. So yeah, there's that attack. We'll move again. Okay, so it's going to attack me across, so do we have our dodge attack back? Yep, we do. Alright, so it's going to move over that way. So we'll move up. It's going to attack, so I'm going to... Ooh, that's a good question. Which way should I move? Because they attack diagonally. So it could either do the attack in front of it, or it might do the diagonal attack. Either one of those would hit me. So I think the safer move is just to roll off here. And roll higher and win. Okay. So we did lose a little bit of stamina, but we got some souls there as well. With the final attack, you shatter the stone hand into pieces. They crumble into dust. The Master of Earth looks at the remains and sighs. Months of work gone. Magical creations don't grow on trees, you know. What do you want anyway? If I was a magic user, I would do more than construct statues. What a fool. Okay, ask if he can give you any information about Zagor. I think we're probably going to need anything we can get. You explained that you are after information about the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Who? Zagor? He's our chief sponsor. Taught me the milk souring spell himself. The Master of Earth seems quite proud. Look, if you're going to hang around, at least do something useful, will you? He hands you a glowing green vial. An earth vial. Got tons of the stuff. Can't get rid of it. Now leave. Master of Earth pushes you towards the exit so that he can get back to work. Alright, so we got something out of the deal, I guess. Alright, and up we go, I guess. Alright, that previous wizard was quite rude. If he wasn't an all-powerful wizard, I would have shown him the sharp end of my blade. Alright, you follow the passageway to the north. At the end of it, there is a door leading to the northeast. The passageway also continues west. We'll go ahead and take the door. Again, I want to try and search pretty thoroughly. Alright, we're coming against more wizards here. You open the door with some difficulty. Gusts of wind breeze past your face as you enter. The door slams shut behind you. You enter what must be the home of a master of air, and a sorcerer who dabbles in the arcane lore from the elemental plane of air. Okay? A tornado surrounds the room, and fire spouting from the braziers dances in the wind. A variety of papers also flutter and flap in the breeze. Pfft, nothing but a load of hot air in here. You walk over to who you assume is Master of Air. A pet hawk is perched on her arm, and she wears a pair of fine glasses. Alright, she greets you. Ah, another would-be adventurer come to destroy Zagor. I don't really bother with adventurers, but the maze should finish you off. She pauses. Unless you know anything about a bronze amulet dedicated to the cult of Bobaris, you have no business here. Okay. I've seen this show up several times, so it must be important. I'll go ahead and return to the junction, though, because obviously she has nothing else for me. Alright, we'll head west. Alright. Heading west, down the passageway, you find that it turns north again. Further down the passage, there is another door set at the top of some stone steps. It has a large flame scratched in the wood, so it's going to be a fire wizard thing guy. Alright, enter the door. Why not? If we're going to get free stuff sometimes, let's go ahead. First, you climb the stairs upwards. You open the door and are immediately hit in the face by a blast of heat. There's no doubt that you have entered the home of a master of fire. A large flaming sphere rises in the center of the room, clearly the source of the master's power. Suddenly, two huge creatures pound towards you. They are monstrous lizard-like beasts, their scales shining and shimmering from the flames all around their bodies. They sweep their huge tails left and right, knocking over pots and spellbooks. These are salamanders, creatures constructed entirely from fire magic. You hear an unhelpful warning as the creature bears down upon you. Watch out for the salamanders. Okay. I will try. Alright, I've never fought these guys, so I have no idea what they do. And it looks like they're both going to attack me immediately. Well, I'll move towards one, because you can't get hit by both of them, I guess. Move. Alright, so they attack diagonally. Well, I learned my lesson there. We'll just go ahead and move. Alright, they also have some kind of fire breath. Alright, so I think it's going to move, so I'm just going to go ahead and do my dodge bolt. Okay, so I'm assuming attacks are going to happen here. Just move. Alright, we'll move again. If they can do that, there's not a whole lot I can do. I think that this one's going to move, so I'm going to attack it. Okay, it's probably going to use its fire breath on me. Don't have my dodge bolt back, so I'm just going to move. Oh, okay. I do have my dodge bolt back, but it's not going to be useful yet. We'll just move. Okay, so it's going to move. I'm going to move here. Alright, it's going to attack me, but I'm going to use my dodge bolt. Alright, I think it's attacking again. I can't be sure what kind of attack it's going to use, so I'm just going to move. Okay, move again. Okay, I shouldn't have my dodge bolt back yet, so we'll just move to the side so we don't get fire breath. Okay, it's probably going to fire breath, but I'm just going to attack. I don't want to move. Okay, it's probably going to move now, so we'll attack. Alright, there we go. Alright. A lot of fighting these opponents is just figuring out what their routine is, what the rules of their combat is. And it seems like all opponents follow a very strict sense of rules. And just figuring those out is the real problem. Alright, so we've defeated the fire salamanders. With your finishing move, the last salamander gives a guttural roar and its fire extinguishes. It stops moving and turns gray, then explodes into ash. You apologize for slaying the acolyte's pet, but remind him that it was purely in self-defense. He brightens at your response. No harm done. I'll soon be able to resurrect them. Quite durable salamanders are. Tell you what, I'll give you this fire vial for your trouble, useful for alchemy. He gives you a small vial filled with shining red liquid, but wags a finger, chiding you. However, perhaps this experience will teach you something about barging into places unannounced. You think about asking the Master of Fire a question about your quest, then glance again at the flaming sphere. This is a man of great power, and you have already displeased him greatly. You decide to leave him and head back down the steps to the exit. Alright, so we've got two vials, a green one and a fire one, so I'm going to assume the green one is earth. Unfortunately, the air person gave me nothing, so... Alright, following passageway north enters in another door. The passage veers east from here. Of course, we'll enter the door. Let's keep barging in there. Alright. The door opens into a long, thin room with two alcoves. It is comfortably furnished with a table, several chairs, and large bookcases cover the walls. Seated at the table is an old man with a long gray beard, and squatting on the old man's shoulder is a small winged beast. The creature is no more than 2 inches tall. It has 2 arms and legs, its skin a dusty gray color. It has tiny sharp white teeth, and its wings are folded behind its back. Okay. Nice room. I hope this bearded fellow doesn't give me any trouble. The old man says nothing as you walk in through the door, but he beckons you over to sit down at the table. He has in his hand 2 small white objects. We'll go ahead and sit down as he commands. Alright, you take a seat at the table. The old man does not look up, but his devilish little pet eyes you suspiciously and starts chattering in a small squeaky voice. The old man grunts. So, are you interested in a game? 2 gold pieces. Alright, will you accept? Well, we've got gold, I believe, at this point. Yeah, 51 gold, we can do that. Take part in the old man's game. Very well, he says. Your gold first. You hand over your gold pieces. I mean, this could be risky. I have no idea what he has in mind. These dice are magical, says the old man. I took them from a merchant in Port Blacksand when I found he was trying to swindle me. I also took his life. He gives a wheezy chuckle. The game is simple. We start with the number 1. Then I shall roll the dice 3 times, and each time their total will increase. Your job is simple. Tell me the 5th number and the sequence. Tell me the 5th number in the sequence. He's going to roll the die 3 times. I don't understand what that means. Shall roll the die. All right, we start with the number 1. Then I shall roll the die 3 times, and each time their total will increase. Your job is simple. Tell me the 5th number in the sequence. So, is he going to roll it a 4th time? Ready, he grins, and quick as a flash, he rolls the dice 3 times. Okay. So we've got 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. What is the next number in the sequence? So is this a math question, or are these die rolls? Well, let's just think here. So 1 plus 4 is 3. Well, that's what the die roll would have been 3. And then this would have been plus 5. And then this would have been, well, not possible to have rolled a die and get 16, right? Because that would be plus 7. Unless I'm misunderstanding what he's saying here. I shall roll the die 3 times, and each time their total will increase. Your job is simple. Tell me the 5th number in the sequence. Well, this is impossible. You can't go from 9 to 16 if that was a die roll, and you can't go from 16 to 25 if that was a die roll. So I don't understand how this works. So did he add... He rolled a 3, so that's 4. Then he rolled a something, who knows what. And he added all 3. Even that doesn't make any sense. I have no idea. So it can't be die rolls, clearly, because you can't go from 9 to 16 with a die roll. So it's something else going on here? Maybe? I'm really not sure what this means. These dice are magical, says the old man. I took them from a merchant when I found he was... I also took his life. The game is simple. We start with number 1. Then I shall roll dice. 2 dice, right? Okay. I think I'm understanding that. So I roll the dice 3 times, and each time their total will increase. Your job... Okay, so if it's 2 die, or 2 dice, then technically it's possible to roll a 3. It's also possible to roll a 5. It's also possible to roll a 7. And it's also possible to roll a 9. So it could be anything. It could be any one of these numbers. I don't think there is a particular order here of things, unless there is some mathematical element to this. So 3, 5. Oh. 3, 5, 7, 9. So the next thing should be 11. Yes? 36. Correct, grumbles old man, sweeping up the dice and pocketing them in his hand. He throws you a bag of gold pieces, your winnings. So it was a math problem. They just tried to confuse you with the whole dice thing. All right. Yay, we got 10 gold pieces. All right, you've had your fun. The old man seems most displeased. If you're so clever, then perhaps I'll see you deeper within the mountain. He shuffles over to the bookshelf, touches a book, and vanishes through a secret door that opens for him. Is he Zagor? All right. Beat the librarian is... Oh, the librarian. Okay. So it was a math problem. I just was a little bit confused with how it was worded, but we figured it out. All right. See you soon, adventurer. You hear his laughter echo through the secret passage, which seals shut behind him. All right. Well, we did that much. Let's head east. Alright, the passageway ends at a stone staircase, which you climb. You find yourself in a large square room. The room is completely bare, but the floor is covered in a mosaic of tiles. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Alright. 2 shapes stand out on the floor. Star-shaped tiles and hand-shaped tiles. Your keen eye notices that some of the stars have scuff marks on them. A door on the opposite wall is the only way through. Okay. Walk across the room, stepping only on stars. Scuff marks on stars mean they've been stepped on, so we will walk across only on stars. Okay, magic feet. Safely navigate through the tiled room. That was nice and easy. This guy with the keen eye, man. I am loving this guy. Alright. Soon arrive at a junction. You know, I was going to try something just for my own... experiments here. We have a lot of provisions, much more than we had when we were Alexandra of Black Sand. I'm going to go ahead and use one, so just see what happens. Just see how much it heals me or whatever it does. So we have 15. Let's see if it heals me the rest of the way. You know what? We'll save it. I want to see exactly, precisely how much it heals me. If it only heals me for 5, I want to know that. All right, so we could head west or continue north. I'm going to head west because I think north is the way I'm supposed to go. Although, it's hard to say. I'm gonna head west. I'm not sure if it will let me double back. Yeah, it will. Okay. You continue west down the passageway, but before long, you stop as you discover a door in the north wall. We're going to, of course, enter every door. Enter the door. All right, more elemental people. You push open the door and follow the steps leading into the center of the room. The air smells fresh, and at the side of the room is an orb of water that splashes and ripples. There is a young woman observing it, taking notes on a piece of parchment. She notices you, stops writing, and greets you. I just come back from the underground river to the north. Fascinating marine life. All right, so we know where we need to go now. Contains piranhas and crocodiles, so you might not want to go for a swim. The river divides the mountain from the domain of the dead Zagor. Can you stay there? Wait, the domain of the dead. Zagor, can you stay there? All right, she hands you a vial filled with a glowing blue liquid. Oh, okay. Straight from the river, I've extracted the magical essence of water itself. Quite handy for alchemical experiments. You might find a use for it. She bids you goodbye, and you head for the exit. All right, so that's useful for something. Who knows what? Let's go west. Okay. You follow a set of stone steps, which lead down to the chamber. As you do, you can hear a piercing shrieking, which gets louder and louder. You enter what appears to be some kind of alchemy lab. In the center of the room is a table covered in alembics, flasks, and all manner of curious glasswork. There's also a cauldron over a small fire. Suddenly, the shrieking returns louder than ever, and you instinctively duck out of the way to avoid a dark shape swooping towards you. Winged gremlins are wreaking havoc in the laboratory, smashing all manner of instruments and jars. Now they have set their sights on you. Alright, let's kill these things. This is a new opponent for me. I've never seen it. Alright, let's see if any of them attack. None of them are attacking. They can fly. But how do they move? I could make an assumption that they can fly over the table, which might be a valid assumption, and I could attack here. The thing with my crossbow bolt, I don't know if it actually attacks 2 spaces or not. If it does, then it would do damage 3 here, 2 here. So it's possible we'll get one. If this guy's moving this way and this guy's sidestepping, then we'll get him. Or if he's going here, we'll get both of them. I think it's worth a try. Does look like it'll hit both spaces. All right, I was wrong. All right, so it's going to attack me. I'm going to sidestep. Okay, so they attack before I move, so I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to do an attack here. Oh, actually, I think he did rock. Well, I'll do the attack nonetheless. All right, so we outrolled them, but we're going to miss. All right, so they definitely attacked diagonally. So I'm going to move, which should avoid the attack. So they do 2 attacks. An attack forward that hits before you move, and then they do an attack to the side that they dodge with. Okay. I think this guy was not going to attack. Not actually sure. Let's do an attack here. Actually, that's probably a good idea. Let's do the right slash. That way we know we're going to hit. All right. So this guy attacks before you move, before I can move. So there's no point in trying to move out of it. Let's just. Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and move here because I knew he was gonna do that. He attempted to dodge. He's gonna try and move, so he's gonna sidestep here. I just don't know which way he's gonna sidestep. I don't have my right attack, so I can't hedge my bets here. All right, we'll make an assumption he's going to move there. Got him. All right, so he's going to attack. I'm going to move. All right, we'll attack here. Fairly certain he's going to move there. There we go. All right, so I think I've figured these guys out. Move here. Alright, I figured that would happen. I'm going to do my dodge bolt. Got him. Alright. I think I learned how those gremlins work. I don't know if I'll face them again, but in the future, if I face them, I don't know if I'll remember how their mechanics work, but we'll at least be able to face them maybe a little bit better. It's one of those things. The enemies you oftentimes face more than once, so... Alright. Did lose 1 stamina. Okay, so you have defeated the winged gremlins. With the winged gremlins disposed of, you now have an opportunity to inspect the workbench more closely. It is indeed an alchemy lab. There's a recipe book on a stand. You cannot read it, but you can see pictures of ingredients for certain recipes, each using some combination of elements of air, earth, fire, and water. We only got earth, fire, and water, not air. Okay, mix fire, water, and air. Everything requires air, and the air lady didn't give me air. Oh, that bitch. And unless I had that amulet, she wasn't going to give me anything, huh? Well, it doesn't give me any other choice here. So, we know now, if I have a bull amulet, whatever that is, that the air lady will give me the thing that I can mix to do whatever. So that's knowledge for the future. Alright. Continue north until you reach a junction. Enter the door to the north or follow the steps leading to the northwest. I'm going to go to the north because the one water lady said that the river was to the north. That could be wrong, though. Here's I am wrong. You enter a circular chamber with rich tapestries. Hanging from the walls, it has a bright, festive feel compared to the serious tone you have felt throughout the earlier corridors. Sitting cross-legged in the middle of the chamber is a miserable-looking fool. Behind the fool is a simple-looking door, with leather skirting at the bottom. There is nothing but silence from the other side. Thanks for visiting the sorcery school. I am but a simple fool. You ask the fool what they are doing here. Pathos is my name. Pleased to meet you. To learn more from me, I'll need gold times 2. Okay. I can afford 20 gold. Alright, we'll give him 20 gold. You give Pathos 20 gold pieces, and their dour expression instantly changes. They smile at you. Your kindness shows a good heart, and I shall repay my kind in part. Pathos asks if there is any way they can help, and you decide to ask about the Warlock's dungeon. Okay. All I know about is the room I sit in. Pathos replies, ceasing the rhyming. I don't get to leave much. I have to entertain the elemental masters, and believe me, they're a tough audience. Pausing as if to remember something, Pathos continues. Although the room ahead is mysterious, it's booby-trapped, but sometimes there's a key in there, and sometimes there isn't. I don't know what it's for either. Taking an object out of their pocket, they hand it to you. Here, friend, take this potion of fire protection. I have a feeling that you'll need it before your adventure reaches its climax. Oh, yes, I will. Thank you very much. Okay, so it's booby-trapped. It may have a key in there, it may not. We'll enter the door to the north anyway. Alright, you enter a small room with bare rocky walls, and you notice, with your keen eye, that there are small nozzles in between the cracks and the rock. On the far wall, there is a hook, but nothing hanging from it. It looks like there is some kind of trap, but it appears that the bait has already been taken. Alright, well, we'll leave then. Okay, well, I think this is a good stopping point. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.